Hey guys, it's Framed, and today I'm here to bring you a guide done easy on killing Zulrah. Two major things I suggest in this guide that you have are at least 85 plus range and full void. You could do this with full Armadillo, or you could do this with something else, like if you're going to be a bit more welfare. But I would at least recommend doing this with 85 range. Plus void is free to get. It might be a bit of time investment, but it's definitely worth getting in the long run because it makes your kills so much faster and so much better. When it comes to the actual setup itself, I recommend that you bring full void plus a mage setup for the trident. Of course, if you could upgrade the trident here to the trident of the swamp, that is recommended. Anything that you can get for best in slot that isn't the void armor itself, I recommend that you get. So if you can get armor crossbow, that's good. If you can't get that, then get rune crossbow. If you can't get a fury, then get a glory. If you can't spend the money on rune bolts plus ruby e-bolts, then just bring broad bolts. It's not terribly different without it. It just makes the kills go a little bit quicker, so you can actually make a bit more money as well. Right now there are two inventory setups on screen. On the left is a newbie inventory setup, and on the right is an experienced inventory setup. I would recommend that you use the newbie inventory setup at first, just in case you need a tank. To start off, when you enter Zulrah's shrine, run to the northeast corner of the map. For this form you don't need to worry about praying, for all he really does is shoot clouds of venom everywhere. The next form up is going to be the melee form. All you have to do for this is switch to your magic gear and simply click where I do. If you don't understand why I'm clicking here, it's because I'm getting out of range of his melee attack. Up next is Zulrah's magic form. All you really have to do here is shoot bolts at him as you go to the northwest corner of the map. Alright, so after these phases, this is where Zulrah starts to choose different paths. Zulrah could choose one of two paths after this mage phase. He could either go to the southern part where there's only a green dot and a blue dot, or he could go to the western part where again there's a green dot and a blue dot. The first form that you encounter is the range form, which does not attack. The second form is the melee form. The third form is the mage form. The fourth form is the range form, which he can either spawn to the south or he can spawn to the west. If he spawns to the south, he will not attack you. If he spawns to the west, he will attack you. The fifth form is the melee form. After the fifth form, there are then two potential paths that Zulrah can spawn. The two potential paths that Zulrah could spawn are the range and mage form. So the first path or route is the mage form. For that he will spawn to the west. After that he will spawn to either the south or the east as the range form. And then on the 8th form he'll spawn in the south as the mage form. After that you should run to the northwest part and get ready for the last phase. The second path or route that Zulrah could spawn in is the range form. So if that's the case, he will spawn in the east as the range form, and after that he will spawn in the south as the mage form. After that, Zulrah will spawn as its final form to the west as a range/mage form. When Zulrah spawns as its final range/mage form, it's going to spawn in the western part of the map. It's going to have 5 cycles of attacks, interchanging between range and mage. As Zulrah emerges from the swamp, you're going to want to immediately pray range. As soon as he lets off his range attack, you then switch to mage, because the attack registers as soon as Zulrah starts the animation. So you want to be praying before the animation starts. After Zulrah's animation has begun, it is then safe to switch to the other prayer. So, for instance, as Zulrah starts to shoot the range attack, it is then safe to switch to the mage prayer. As Zulrah starts to shoot the mage prayer, it is then safe to switch to the range prayer. He is going to interchange this 5 times, and after the 5th time, which is the mage attack, you're going to want to run northeast, because Zulrah is then going to shoot clouds everywhere. After this, Zulrah then starts over at the first form. Here's a sped up example of what I just explained. And that's all there really is to it. So thank you guys for watching. If this video helped you out in any way, then please be sure to give it a like, because I spent a decent amount of time actually going through and editing this all in. And if you guys have any suggestions for anything else that you would like me to make a guide on, then please let me know in the comments.